Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. It is I, Uptown Lupo 420, aka Jim, and I'm here with my co-host Abner, and you are tapped into one of the greatest podcasts that you've never heard of, The Yap. Abner, how we doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How are you?
Good. I had just watched a lot of football, watched my fantasy football hopes get dashed in front of me, but we are currently, at least I am. I'm watching the 8 o'clock game, which is the Chiefs and the Texans, and I have Rashid Rice. I need him to score about 25 to 30 points for me to stay optimistic. So that's always fun.
I mean, knowing my luck this year with fantasy, it will probably happen for you.
I just uh I just can't believe you had a kicker drop 25 on my head.
Um, you had Jerry Judy last year drop 50 on me. I don't want to hear it.
That is true. And funny enough,
He
I
and
should
he's
have
never.
started
I
him.
don't think he's and I don't think he's ever had more than 20 after that.
Probably.
I
Probably.
should
They
have.
were
I should have. I
feeding.
should have. I should have started Brian Thomas, but I didn't want to because he's been so dog shit every other game.
Yeah. I uh I don't know. I had work today and I was working from 6 to 1:30. Well, it was supposed to be 6 to 1, and then the machine that I was working on didn't want to fucking work. No one wants to work anymore. So I was there till 2. And at that point I was like, well, I'm kind of cucked on football today. So I didn't even watch. I as soon as I got home I started watching the games. But the second I did, everybody started playing poorly. So I was like, oh, well, maybe it's just one of these things where I got to stop watching and my players will play better.
Yeah, that's what I used to think too. And then I just realized the players suck. The game's played on the field.
Yeah. So, since the last podcast, we've had a couple of events happen. It's only been a week, but you know what they say. Sometimes there are decades where nothing happens, and sometimes there are
Back to
weeks where decades happen.
fantasy football. I just want to say I had an absolute stinker of a year in fantasy. I'm gonna be last in a league that I literally and Jimmy, you can be honest about this. In ASML, I had the most injured team out of anybody.
Um, sure. That's not really an excuse. You should have drafted better, but
I did draft better than you. It's just the best players got hurt. Bucky Irving, Marion Hampton, Calvin Ridley, Tyreek Hill. Um, who else got hurt? Dude, my tight end, Dalton Kincaid, was hurt for like majority of the year.
mm,
And by the time he came back, there was no hope.
yeah. Damn. I'm looking at the stats now, and I really feel like Rashid Rice is my only hope, and I just keep seeing the number go down and down for my projected points.
Well, I have Jalen Hurts still, and the last time I needed him to win, he didn't. So
That's
he
true.
might win.
You never know.
Like like the one game, I needed him to at least have his regular 20-point game, and he just didn't have it. And then the other game, I needed him to have like 15 points, and he 11. So it was like, okay.
It's possible.
But
It's the what if team.
it was my fault. I lost. I made some bad trades. Also, I did not. I drafted good, but I traded away the good players because I got frustrated after their bad performances after like a week, which is all me.
Dude, you got bailed out by Puka dropping 35 points. That's crazy.
All right, dude. I had a defense drop 30 on me last week. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Well, you
Fucking
should have
30 points.
drafted better.
Fucking 30 points from a defense. I've never seen that before in fantasy in my life. Like I legit never seen that before
what
in
did
my
the
life.
what did the Bills get for fantasy today?
I have no idea, but it was definitely not 30.
They got two pick sixes, didn't they?
They got one pick six, and the other one was just a
Oh, let
regular.
me try and see position, defense, Kansas City Chiefs. So did somebody start them? Ooh, maybe. For whatever reason, you can't look up a defense, so I gotta like go through people's teams and fucking. Scroll
See, you can
away.
you got to go through the play like when you go on the waiver wire, you got to go in there and you can look up the players.
Yeah, I looked up Bills and nothing came
No, it's
up.
not Bills. It's Buffalo.
Oh, that's on me. Hands up, that's on me. Buffalo. Buffalo. Brian had him.
Did he start them?
Wow, they only got 10 points. Huh.
Well, they still got 33 dropped on them.
34. They got a sack, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. That's that's crazy that 2 sacks or a sack, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown, and you still only get 10.
Dude, my defense had 0 points today, so I mean,
Yeah,
it
that was
doesn't
so
even matter.
tough. That was so tough of them.
Yeah, fuck you.
We're playing
Um,
each other, by the way, for the people at home. Rasheed Rice got a catch for 5 yards. That's awesome.
Congrats, you won. Congrats, you won.
Listen, you're still 5 points ahead of me, and I need it.
Who are they playing? The Texans? Why isn't their best cornerback on him?
I have no idea. I mean, the very first play, I don't know. I guess we're gonna see the Twitter clip. The very first play, one of their linemen got a leg injury, and I don't know about you, but I don't know. I don't understand why we're not allowed to look at a brutal injury on television. I don't know why this
Maybe
is
because
like such a oh my god, you should not show an injury. It's like who cares? Like yeah, the dude
probably
fucking
for it's
got his leg
probably
destroyed.
probably because of like ratings reason, dudes, or like there's probably like a TV thing about it.
I mean,
Like
they've
that's why
been
you see.
showing them before. No, I think it's like a weird thing that people have like a moral thing about it. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I mean, like I
I
can
don't.
understand in that one basketball game where the dude like absolutely broke his like leg and his bone was poking out. Yeah, I could understand not showing that to a national television audience. But if like some dude's leg like hyperextends backwards, yeah, it looks brutal. And they do warn you beforehand, but like I don't understand why it's like such a big deal. Like we can't show this. It's like okay,
Taboo.
Lord, but let me change the channel and watch SVU or Dexter or any of the various shows that have all sorts of graphic material in it. But I guess the NFL is supposed to be PG. It's supposed to be
You
a
ever
PG
watched
product.
Dexter? Have you ever watched Dexter?
No, I missed out on a lot of I think like 2000s and like early 2010s TV was pretty good. But by
Uh huh.
then, I was mostly a Cartoon Network kind of kid, and then I just kind of cared more about video games and all that shit than television. The only show I kept track of was Falling Skies, dude. That shit was awesome.
What's that?
It was on the Sci-Fi Network, and it was essentially like aliens came to Earth, and then like uh, the humanity kind of destroyed itself. So that's like a smaller. It's almost like The Walking Dead in a way, but it's like aliens and like there's like groups of humans trying to like survive, and it was like a whole thing because the one dude was like the leader, and then his son got like kidnapped by the aliens and brought back, and then they were kind of like mind controlling the human. It was like a whole thing. There's like 3 seasons.
Okay, sounds interesting.
Yeah. But other than that, my dad loved Dexter. He had every single season on like a DVD, uh, like a collection kit set thing.
It's a good show. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to even watch an episode, but it is a very good show. Very good show. Very good show.
I've only seen the random whenever TikTok decides that it's going to pick up a show and then just show clips from it for the next month. Like did you see the ones with Legends of Chamberlain Heights? That was like a thing recently.
I've never watched that show, so no.
Really? That one
No.
was fun. It's kind of funny because that is one of the one shows that I kept up with. And when it first came out, I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. This is funny." Uh so like looking at it, it's very like same thing with the music. Like people will on TikTok at least like highlight music from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, and then like people are like, "Whoa!" It's because it's their first. Like it's kind of funny to think about because people are so young now that like that's new to them or they've never even heard of it. And I kind of start to get how old people feel when they're like, "How the fuck have you not heard of like I don't even have an example. Like the Beach Boys. Like they've heard like a Beach Boy and like commenting on how beautiful it sounds and all that shit. And it's like, have you not heard of the Beach Boys, man?
I mean, I can understand a younger generation not hearing, but like we know what the Beach Boys are because of our grandparents.
Yeah. I mean like I can understand not knowing the songs, but at least like having a vague inkling. Like I don't really care about the Beatles. I've never cared about the Beatles. But I know like a couple of the songs. Like I've heard a couple of the songs once in my life.
Yeah, no, like you'll hear the songs because of like movies and stuff. Like they'll have like old time songs in movies. Like with Batman, they had. I mean, Nirvana is not old by any means. I'm just using it as an example that with Batman, Nirvana was in it. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, so like people will listen to that stuff. But yeah, uh, but no, I haven't watched that show you talked about.
Yeah, that was
What
funny. It's kind of like a shittier animation though. Like it was at the time so one of the producers tried to say that it was going to be as funny as South Park and it has kind of like the same type of style to it. And so it basically cooked it from the beginning because they were like, "How could you ever say such a stupid thing?" So people hated it off rip, but it was funny. It's basically this dude who played at UCLA in college
Uh-huh.
and it's him and his two buddies that he would get close with because he was like bench warmers. So the show is like these three kids in like high school, and they're trying to be like legends and all that, and all the wacky fun hijinks ensues and all that. But yeah,
Sounds like a good show. Sounds like Blue Mountain State.
I've only seen the clip about Bosnia from Blue Mountain
What
State.
Blue Mountain? No, I think you'd like Blue Mountain. That's like your type of show. Like I could just
Mm.
tell that's your type of show.
It is funny because isn't that dude that plays Thad Castle? Isn't he like Jack Reacher?
Yeah,
Have you ever read what is that a Tom Clancy, right? Dan Clancy?
I've never read, so no.
I read one of the books and it is very funny because he like I don't even remember the story. It's basically like stopping some like terrorist activity or something, but
I think
he
that's like all of them, aren't they? Isn't it like all the books are like that?
I only read the one, but probably. I mean, he's like a secret agent, and he's like the president's son, but he's like 6 foot. He's like 6'8", but has a fat cock and like fucks chicks. You know?
What?
No, it's really funny because the author will go off on random tangents. Like, uh, Jack Reacher is like walking through a college, and there was like a
Uh-huh.
protest going on, and he puts like 10 minutes talking about blue haired like liberals and how much he hates them and they stand for nothing. And I was like, wow, this is a at a certain point, you're like, wow, we're really just kind of preaching here. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Uh speaking of like that stuff, I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Fresh and Fit podcast? Because the other day you said some stuff to me and I
oh,
was like,
okay. You know
"Who is
what?
this guy?"
I'll I'll explain to the people my thoughts. So it all started because I was getting back into the gym, and I'll go, and one of my first things that I'll do is I'll just hop on the elliptical, and so I can kind of pick and choose because nobody goes on the elliptical for some reason. Everybody loves the treadmills.
I think do you go to Planet Fitness?
Yeah,
I think it's because the Planet Fitness, their ellipticals are weird. They're not like normal ellipticals.
I know what you're saying, but they depending on the Planet Fitness, they have different ellipticals. Like the ones that we went to, that one, those suck. The ones
Yeah,
that I go to after work, they're different and they're better, and I like that one because I don't know, the range of motion when you actually like do a step is like better. It's weird. It's the other ones are like not ellipticals. They're like
Yeah, I don't think they're elliptical. I don't know what they're called, but they're definitely. I don't think they're ellipticals. They're probably
yeah.
something else.
It's like a
But
step
they
thing. Like it's weird cuz it imitates more like a step than an
like you're
elliptical is like
walking. Like it's.
yeah.
I don't know. It's
Like
just
if I had to
strange.
describe it, that one is more like kind of you're making like a step, and an
Uh,
elliptical is more of like you're doing like a jog. Like I
smooth,
don't know,
a
you
smooth
extend
motion.
the
Yeah,
leg more.
yeah. I know. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So, but so nobody chooses the ellipticals at My Planet Fitness. So the entire row that spans across the gym is always open. So you can pick and choose which TVs you want. And so I usually settle for TNT Sports because they either have movies. Like I was watching Aquaman, but it kind of sucked because it was Aquaman 2 and I like didn't know what was going on. Uh there's ESPN, so there was usually like a random game that was going on. Like recently they had like a tournament going on in college basketball that was fun. But the most recent one that TNT was doing was that they had like a $5 million cash prize tournament for women's 7-on-7 soccer. And it's called like the speed format. So it's like a different, it's like a smaller field, infinite subs, kind of like you can kind of sub out like hockey. Like chicks would just run to the sidelines and then like get replaced and all that shit. There is
Okay.
two American teams, and then it's like Mexico, Brazil, yada yada yada.
Aren't like
The
isn't like American women's soccer like technically considered the best in the world or something?
the United States. So this is a technically it's like a different
Women's,
format.
women's,
Yeah,
women's.
like the women's national like FIBA, whatever, like World Cup. That's like yeah, like the United States women's team is usually really good every year. This 7-on-7, I get that it's like not uh national like format. Like I don't know if players in like the off season will like play on the 7-on-7, but they fucking suck so bad. And I'm really upset because it was America losing. Like I watched the one American team play. That was like the first match. They fucking blow. If I would actually pay people to not ever watch any of their games. I was so visibly upset because the thing about me is I played soccer for like 10 years. Like since I was like in kindergarten till like 10th grade of high school. I played soccer every single year. And I'm not saying I'm good by any stretch of the imagination. I never even made it to JV for my high school. So I'm chopped unk, but there were just some plays that I was seeing that I was like, what is even happening? Like wide open shots completely whiffed or like missed completely. Just like lapses in judgment, like a defender just standing there staring at the ball as the defender goes past. Because I will say there is no offsides. So you could just like run past the defender and like have a one on one with the goalie. Like chicks were not focusing on like positioning. Um they fucked up. Like the goalie would roll the ball to them, but like roll it a little bit in front of them, kind of like a quarterback would lead a wide receiver, like where they need to be. They'd fucking just miss the ball, and then it would be out of bounds, and the other team would throw it. The other team has the advantage now off of like the easiest shit, and it just got me so upset because they got dog walked. And I texted the group chat. What did I what did I say?
I don't know. You tell me.
I said like I was like let me try and find it. I was just so upset that America lost in something. Uh let's see. Watching women's 7-on-7 soccer and I'm going to kill myself. They're so ass. Never pay women for sports.
Oh my god! I can't believe you said that. This is on the internet now, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
No, that's fine. That's fine because I'm sure that they get a lot worse stuff. You know, like
Speaking
I'm sure if
speaking,
Angel Reese opens up her comment section, it's a lot worse than anything that I've said.
yeah, I guess. I
Because it's
mean,
not
I
even
can't
like
argue.
in women's sports, like they'll like show lowlights and they'll just say like, "Damn, like women are ass." But I specifically have a grievance with the way that this team specifically, the Kansas City 7-on-7 women's fucking tournament team or whatever, the specific team, I have a problem with. I got a bone to pick. The they did a simple cross. They crossed the ball from one side to the other, and the chick shot it, and the goalie was like in the like kind of covering like the middle. Like she had to defend the position for the person try to cross, so they couldn't just like shoot it and score. But at the same time, when you see the cross coming, she kind of still stayed in the middle, and when they kicked it, she just fucking stood there. Like that's just I understand that it happens, but there's just nothing more frustrating than just like at least pretend to dive. Like if you dive and you miss it, okay, cool. Like at least you like dived. But you just stood there and just like watched as the ball rolls right past you.
I guess, yeah, that sounds tough, man.
You know, and if it really matters for people that care that much, the United States men's team is ass and they lose every year in the World Cup. It's that if equality or whatever.
Um, yeah. But speaking of like fresh and fit, did you see what the one guy, Akash or something, is going through because of one of them?
No, who's Kosh?
Akash from like I think it's Flagrant, the one with Andrew Schultz, the Indian guy on Andrew Schultz's podcast. I don't know if you watched that at all.
No,
No?
no.
Yeah.
I've let me Google it. What's his name?
Akash, you
Like,
know,
how do
it's
you
probably
spell
the
that?
first Akash, I think.
Is it Akash Singh?
Yeah, I think so. And like it's like so Fresh and Fit went on their podcast and basically the Indian guy confronted them saying that like their misogynistic views and everything is just disrespectful and like who are they to say that stuff? So one of them found his wife's Twitter and like not Twitter but like her podcast and her her TikToks and stuff, and she's just wilding out on what she's saying in that on that stuff.
What is she saying?
Like she's like one of her TikToks was like, when I was in college, I used to I used to pop my pussy at white boy frats for these white guys, and I used to have a roster lined up.
Oh
And
no.
the reason it's like controversial and it's funny is because she told her husband, who's a Kosh, that she was a virgin when they met.
So he's a
So
cock.
I don't know if he's a Kosh. I don't know if like there's something else going on, but I mean, the reason all this happened was because he came after. I think it's I don't know their names. Fuck. I think one of them is Myron.
Myron is the
Myron's the one
skinny
that looks
one.
like he looks like a dark elf.
Yeah, Myron is
Yeah, the skinny one.
the fit, so he's the skinny one. And then
Okay.
Walter
So yeah,
Weeks, aka Fresh, is the fat one.
okay, yeah, so that one's the one, the skinny one's the one that like I think I don't know if he made the edit or if someone else made the edit, but he made the edit about it, and it's just his wife. And then the wife has a podcast with her friend, and on that podcast, she basically just talks about how she wants to fuck her friend's husband. And yeah, dude, it's kind of funny because like I don't really like Flagrant and that whole like I don't like the Joe Rogan sect of comedians. You know what I mean? And Flagrant's part of that. Now, I'm not saying I hate all the Joe Rogan. There's some good ones, but like the big ones, like Tony Hinchcliffe,
Uh-huh.
I
You
don't
don't
like
like
him.
him? You don't like Kill Tony?
No, I mean, Kill Tony was fine when it first started, but then it just turned into like every time you watch it, it's just like a bunch of comedians, and all they do is like political jokes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, that was cool, maybe in 2020 Like, I guess I
when
don't
the
even think it
horse
was
was
cool in
fresh.
2020. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it was cool. Dude, half of them just do trans jokes, and it's like, all right, okay, please do something else.
Yeah,
Like, it's not even,
stop beating the dead horse. Stop
yeah,
picking
like,
what isn't
okay,
so
like,
old.
it was funny the first time. Now it's just like, okay, you're just like,
Yeah.
but I don't, so I thought it was just funny. And then they had like an intervention or something on Flagrant with the wife on there, and she was trying to explain what she was saying
Oh
and
my
stuff. But
god.
but at the end of the day, she still said it, and it's like embarrassing her husband. Like she basically just embarrassed her husband with everything she said,
Yeah, I don't know,
and
cause
like,
like those dudes, like it's like the worst scenario, or like it's like the best fodder for Fresh and Fit, cause all they'll talk about is like women are whores, women are hypergamous, or all that shit, and it's like at a certain point, it's like okay, well if you're only talking to Miami girls who like get fucked for a living, and like they get paid by them, not like prostitutes, but like oh like sugar daddies and type shit. Like that's not a normal average women's experience. But at the
yeah,
same time, you walk in with your wife and try and tell me, "Oh, I'm like a misogynist piece of shit." All right, well, your fucking wife is like saying all this shit. It's very funny. But
yeah,
it
that's
literally
actually that's basically what it is. They're like he was like he was saying he had a problem with them and all that, and it's like okay, I get what he's saying, but then like when the stuff about his wife came out, it was like, dude, you're cooked,
yeah,
you're
like
cooked. Like you shouldn't have. This is probably the worst people to confront about that because they
yeah,
will try to embarrass you.
and that's like their whole shtick. It's literally their whole shtick. It's not even like any of that red pill shit is just like modern dating is
Yeah,
terrible. So let me let me try and interact with you. I guess he didn't know. Like who would I wouldn't I don't
no,
know
well,
how
no,
your
well,
girlfriend does
no,
it. I would not want to listen to my own podcast. My significant other's podcast.
well, no. I mean, yeah, I guess what you're saying is right, but at the same time, like that podcast on that pod, she has her own podcast, and she's like a gold digger or something. They were saying on there because like she doesn't really work. Like her money comes from her
Mm.
podcast
Hmm.
that she has, but nobody listens to that podcast because I didn't know that. I didn't know who this chick was till before like I saw like an edit of her on TikTok.
Yeah. That's usually how it is half the time.
So I was just thinking about that today, and I was like, dude, that's crazy. That like some like there's a guy out there that's going through that right now, and it's hilarious.
It couldn't have had it's literally a talk shit get hit.
Yeah, yeah, but like I don't know. I don't really like that flagrant podcast. I don't like Akash and his jokes. Like his jokes, like I've seen some of his like comedy sets, and I don't even think he's funny. Like he just one of his jokes was, "I bet you, I if you're Indian, I bet you I can guess what your occupation is or and what you're in school for. What's your name? Oh, Ranjeesh. Oh, I bet are you in school? And the guy goes, yeah. He's like, oh, I bet you're in school for medicine. He was like, yeah, how did you know? It's like, 'cause you are. It's like, all right, dude. That's not even funny.
Profiling.
That's just yeah, that's just profiling. You just profiled a random indie guy. Congrats.
Yeah, I don't know. I think any crowd work comedian, like if that's what you're known for, that's kind of like the most mid shit ever. Like I
Yeah.
don't really tap into that much comedy. But like any of those, like there's like a type of like TikTok, like any of that shit is easily highlighted by um crowd work comedians.
Yeah, no, like, I don't like crowd work comedians either. Like Matt Rife, I don't like him. I don't think he's good. I think he's just like a handsome white guy, so he gets away with like how bad of a comedian he is.
Yeah. Do you like have you ever seen the clips of the dude that basically will like walk around and do crowd work, but he has like auto tune?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that
I
can
don't
be
really.
funny because that's like a different
That's
spin
fine.
to it, but at the
I
same
don't know. I don't
time,
know. I don't know because I've never seen the whole thing. But I'm not
yeah,
gonna
I've
lie. I don't
only
really.
seen the clips.
Yeah, so I
I
don't
could
know if
not
like
imagine more than 10
that's
minutes of
like
that bit.
I don't know if he's actually funny. Like I've never so I mean the
Yeah.
clips I have seen are funny, but at the same time, like if that's all he does, then it's definitely not funny.
You know what we
Um,
should do as a punishment for fantasy? You got to
make the last place
do a
person do
step.
an open
Yeah.
open mic night. That's actually a better punishment than the cage.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that would be
But
awesome.
yeah,
Because I would want it to be like Brian. Either
Brian Pitts.
Brian's would be fucking awesome. Yeah, I want it to be Pitts. That would be funny. Because I don't think he would say anything.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, that would be so messed up if we did that.
legitimate. He might have a break from reality,
Yeah, he might
but
he
it'd be
might
worth
quit the
it.
league.
It'd be funny.
He'll quit the league.
Yeah, but he still has to do it. He'd be like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You can't make me do it. I quit the league, so I can't. Yeah. What else have we gotten into? Oh, we had the Friendsgiving. That was
Oh yeah, that was
fun.
fun. Yeah, that was very fun. That's about it for Friendsgiving, though.
Somebody made chili dogs and brought chili dogs.
Oh yeah, our friend Christian brought in chili dogs and destroyed half the half the party's stomach. Not mine, because I knew. I was like, all right, this is definitely not a good idea.
Dude, I had those chili dogs, and then by the end of the night, I will say, I got home, dropped a nuke in the toilet, but
That's
I didn't learn my lesson. And when I woke up the next day, I had the other two chili dogs that I brought home, and they were almost like just as foul going out as they did going in the second time. I should have learned my lesson, but it's a chili dog, man.
oh, you know what I did do yesterday? I watched That's My Boy. I don't know if you ever watched that movie, the Adam Sandler and Adam Sandler movie. And
No.
you've never watched it, dude. You should watch it. You'd love it.
What
It's
is it
something.
called?
That's My Boy. It's on Netflix if you have Netflix.
Oh.
Definitely a top 10 movie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Andy
I'll put my
Sandberg.
house on it. I'll put my house on it.
uh have you seen Click?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
You serious?
Yeah, because I used to watch that shit when I was a kid. That was like my movie that I would spam. I would watch that so many times. Like at least I might have put like I might have put it on at least 30 times. It's just such a good movie, man. When he like pauses time and fucking
You transcend it. You transcend
farts.
time and you pause it.
Huh?
You transcended time. You transcended space when he
Yeah.
paused time
No,
for
well
those decades.
he
Yeah.
paused time to fart in his boss's face. And that was
Oh, you
funny.
love that shit.
Yeah, dude. And then he fucking unpaused it and he was like, why
Oh,
does it
what's that
smell like
smell?
shit? Why does it smell like shit? If I could do that, I would fart in your face. I'd give you pink
That's
eye, actually.
that's crazy. That's insane.
And
What
but
have I ever
I
done
would
to you?
keep doing it to you. I would keep doing it to you.
That's so fucked up.
And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you're like changing your sheets, your pillow sheets. And I'm still farting in your face.
If I found that out, I wouldn't even laugh. I would just be like, all right, you got it.
You get like a fucking camera at night. You get one frame of me ass to your face. Oh my god.
Dude, that'd be funny. I'd laugh at that. I'd be like, huh?
Yeah, you gotta like give props to it, you know? It's fucked
Yeah,
up.
you'd be like, all right.
What are you
It's
gonna
like
do? You already got pink eye, you know?
it's messed up, but like, it happens.
Yeah. That's why I'm
Um,
kind of glad that superpowers aren't a thing. Cause like even that is like very terrible. And it's only like small scale shit. Like imagine if you could like I don't even know. Like if you could like you have a shitty superpower. Like you can like only shoot fire out of your fingertip and it's only like an inch tall. Like the flame. Like imagine the damage you could cause with that.
get a gas leak going. Watch out.
Yeah. Or just like, yeah, just cause anything to fucking melt. You just sit
That's a
there
cool
and like
power.
set it on fire enough. And that's just like some small time shit. Like, I don't know. What happens if you could like, I don't know, manipulate the air and it's like, oh yeah, I could just like kill somebody. Like I could just take the air from them.
That's a cool power.
Like the Avatar, dude. Aang.
Uh, you ever watch that as a kid?
Yeah, dude. That was, I will say that that actually got my parents, I got my parents invested in that show. Like we would sit down when there was like a new episode, we would all sit down and watch it together. They loved that
That was a
shit.
great show. They
Yeah, it
made like
was.
a Netflix made a live action of it, and dude, I don't know, bro. Netflix once Netflix got money, it kind of ruined streaming and everything. They just
Yeah.
suck.
They just bought Warner Bros, right?
Yeah, they did. They
I f-
brought. I think they did. I don't know if it's like confirmed they bought it yet.
Dude, it's the craziest thing looking at that contract because it's like, yeah, sure, 86 million or 86 billion dollars to buy Warner Brothers, and if it doesn't even go through, they still will pay. There's something crazy about it. They would still, they don't care if they have to pay like an $8 billion cancellation fee or something. There's some like crazy fee that's like involved with it that they're like, yeah, we'll just eat 8 billion if it doesn't go through. Netflix, Warner Bros. Deal. Let me see if I know what I'm talking about, or I'm just yapping.
What the pod's called?
The Yap on
Dude, you
December
know what I was?
5th. Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead.
This has nothing to do with that deal, but I was watching like Bert Kreischer, like a clip of him, and he kept referring to himself and comedians like not my bad. He kept referring to like regular people as civilians. And I'm like, you're not in the fucking military or a cop. What the fuck are you talking about, civilians? You're a civilian.
Nah, that might be the move. I might have to start doing that.
Calling regular people civilians? That's
Dude, you
stupid.
should do that when it comes to jujitsu.
No.
That's
Anybody
funny.
can do jujitsu.
Yeah, but when they're not, they're civilians.
Hey man.
Did you know that Warner Brothers has Citizen Kane? So Citizen Kane
Yeah.
will now be on Netflix.
Dude, all the Harry Potters, the Lord of the Rings, they're all gonna be on Netflix.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh,
If
didn't some
if it
random
goes through.
fucking company try and offer like $40 million?
No, I heard NLE Choppa offered like 45K.
Here you go, NLE Choppa.
Yeah. And they were like, it was immediately denied, obviously, because 45K is a lot of money to be paying for Max.
Huh. I'm trying to read about this like thing. Oh, so it was Netflix and Comcast. Dude, imagine if Comcast got that shit. Thank God it went to Netflix.
No, I'd rather Comcast gets it.
Nah, fuck it. I just want I don't really care for monopolies. Let Netflix own everything. I don't give a shit.
You know, we have a monopoly in Philly.
What?
SEPTA.
What do you mean? Oh, dude,
That,
they're going on strike again. Like the workers are going on strike, and I don't know, man. They've had a lot of negative PR lately because they're like, oh, we can't get funding for SEPTA, so we're gonna stop running shit. And then the workers themselves are gonna be like, I also hate that they use this fucking corporate ass liberal language where they go, oh, well, we're striking because we want affordable living wages. We want the ability to have good health care because health care is important. Shut the fuck up. You don't actually care. You just want people to pretend to care. I have no idea about the details of what they're actually asking for or if it's reasonable or not. I just hate
okay.
the I just hate this specific language because it's just
Okay.
PR speak. Like just say that you want more money and better benefits. And if it's within
Um,
the normal range, nobody would care. But like don't pretend, like I don't know. The average SEPTA worker not have a quote unquote living wage? Like, what's a
I don't
fucking?
know.
I'm not about to get through a whole economics thing. I
I
don't
think
know.
the average salary in Philadelphia is 45K.
Uh huh.
So I don't know what an average SEPTA worker makes. I think the bus drivers themselves make like good money, like 60 to 70 maybe.
They make
So
approximately 29.57
thousand or like an hour,
hourly.
like 29. Oh,
The
that's
average. How much does a bus driver at SEPTA make? Average SEPTA bus driver is about $30. So 29.50.
okay.
So
That's better than a lot.
that's over. I think 25 is around 50K. I don't know what's
25
what
$25 an
is
hour is
29.
$52,000 a year.
52 is
So
29 is 52,000.
29 is about what I make. So 60K.
61,360.
Yeah, that's about how
Oh,
much I make
wow! Way to just put your fucking financial information out there,
from sponsorship, guys.
huh? Speaking of which, we have our first sponsor. Just kidding, but that could be
That,
you. If you're a business,
yeah,
reach
that
out
could
to
be if
us.
you're one of the random viewers who like wants us to reach out to our other 28 random viewers. Let us know, and we will.
We'll take anything.
Yeah,
Hamas,
honestly,
if you want to take a sponsorship, we will sponsor you.
shit,
We'll shout you out.
Saudi Arabia,
Hmm.
and Riyadh season. Let me
Those
know.
blood
I'm
diamond
not.
mines in Africa, we'll shout you out. We'll do an ad for you.
Yeah, like I mean, I won't travel to Saudi Arabia to do your comedy festival because I'm not a comedian. But I'll I'll take the sponsorship money.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the median salary for Philadelphia is 64,000.
Is it really? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's not true.
Well, at least the average salary PA 2020 or December 2025 from gusto.com is saying
Is that PA or Philly?
Philadelphia, PA, is saying that 80% of salaries fall between 28K and 147.
Wow, such
And
a
salaries in
narrows it down.
Philadelphia are generally above the national average. And then
I mean, I
ZipRecruiter is
yeah, I feel,
saying 70K is basically the average.
dude, I feel like that's not true. I feel like I don't think that's true.
Well,
Because
here we
because
go. Okay.
a cop probably makes 60K,
Now they make
which
80K,
I
which is so tough.
it, in Philly. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
there's no way like because like the what's the average hourly salary in Philly? I thought the minimum wage was 15 and nationwide.
National minimum wage is 7.25. I don't know if Philadelphia has like a minimum wage for its own city. Workers in the Philadelphia, Camden, Wilmington metropolitan statistical area has an average hourly wage of $33.47 in May 2024. This is from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Statistics. So we got
Mm.
government numbers up in here.
All right,
Um,
I guess, dude. I don't know that I feel like that's way too high in my opinion.
apparently the national average salary is $32.66, which is crazy.
Uh, I feel like that's high. I don't think that's true, but I could be wrong.
Well, it also is skewed. So, or not skewed, but like, people that earn higher shit are obviously going to puff the number up. So, let's say
That makes sense.
management
That makes sense.
is an average of $71 and legal $62. That's like the higher paying. And then the lower paying is like healthcare support, 1751. Food preparation and services related, 1754. There's like a there's like a whole graph. Like
Cause I'm just thinking about like I guess it's taking the average out of all the salaries in Philly, which makes sense.
yeah. Is that the
So all
mean,
right,
right? That's what the mean would be.
yeah. So I mean, I guess that makes sense
Ooh,
because
name an industry and I'll tell you the average wage.
mean, nah, I'm okay. I don't really need to. But no, I was just, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because like in Philly, there's a lot of like businessmen that live here. Like a lot of billionaires like
Really?
have their yeah downtown Philly, dude.
Huh.
Um, I guess that makes sense. I'm just thinking about like, wait, do our age range? Maybe that's why I'm like again. I don't think our age range is. I don't think
Okay.
our age. So do like
The average
22 to 32.
salary for ages 25 to 34 in America is 59,800
There
per
we go.
year.
But that's still, I feel like that's still high.
Um, Probably. Well, it also depends. So like they probably smushed college and non-college numbers together. Like it's saying high school diplomas usually average 30 to 40K, but bachelors are 50 to 70. So you smush those plus like masters and doctorates probably like earn more and all that shit. So you have to
All right.
smash them all together and that's probably, you know.
But like, I'm not saying it's like super high. I'm just saying it's like higher than what I would expect. I would say the average salary in Philadelphia is probably around 49 to 52K or
Yeah, I
48
don't
to
know.
52.
Like one dude that's making 140K, you know, and then there's the all the people that work below him. There's probably, you know, like just like any
Because
business, you know what I mean? Like
think
the
about it.
manager is managing and getting paid $70 an hour, and then there's like 100 workers or so that are like 20. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Like I'm just, that's what I'm thinking. But it like, because I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. I just
No,
think it's
no,
like
I no,
40.
I understand exactly what you're saying though. Like I'm moving back in with my parents because I don't feel like paying $1,400 for a 1 bedroom
Yeah.
apartment. Like I
That's what I'm
understand
saying.
shit
Like,
sucks out here. I agree with
so
you.
to me,
Absolutely.
hearing that number is like, that's crazy because I'm I'm kind of making that, and like I still struggle. You know
Yeah,
what I
dude.
mean?
Yeah, dude. I
Uh,
mean,
and
I probably could rant about the economic state of the world forever. There's like certain things that make me upset. One of them is driving, and not
for
even
me,
like drivers, but like the
for
state of
me the biggest
fucking
thing is
driving.
housing.
Yeah, that's
How much
also that
housing
like
is.
makes me angry. Like
Like
I
it's so expensive, dude. It makes no sense why 50 years ago your grandma and grandpa can buy a house for basic. They can basically save up the money they made at their summer job
yeah.
and then buy a house, put a down payment on a house
Like even
with that money.
not even that, like even when I was in high school, my history teacher was talking about, yeah, man, I was going to Millersville and I would work in the summer and the
Oh, and then
tuition
pay for
was like
college, right?
2K for a
Yeah, yeah,
semester. And it's like if you budgeted enough and you did good, you could just pay for college. And like I came out of college with like 3 grand in debt. And I paid that off the first
yeah,
year of working. And it's like, oh, fuck you.
yeah. No, like that's stuff like that. I'm like, holy shit, dude. What? Like, what happened? Like, why did our generation get screwed?
Um, I mean, I'm sure people way smarter than me have like actual answers to that shit. But I just think it's
Well,
fucking
I did some research
business
into
and
housing.
politics.
I did some research in the housing market, and because I was like, dude, I'm making okay money. I have a girlfriend who makes good money. We should be able to buy a house, you know?
Yeah.
And like today, to buy the average house in America is almost $500,000.
Yeah, like well,
Look at that.
that's another thing too, where it's like if you want to live in a nice area, it is probably
no,
half a
no,
million. But if you want to you could go and live in Bumblefuck, Montana. You could buy a nice house for 200K, but you're in Bumblefuck, Montana.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like the average house being 500K is insane because the average person
Yeah,
can't buy that.
yeah. The average person is making around 55, 60K,
Yeah.
and
No, but
it's
what I'm
like
saying is,
every single
why?
other industry is sucking their money. And it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool. You can get like you can scrape 5 to 10K if you're like pretty good with all your shit and you don't get caught up in any type of debt or Lord forbid you have any medical or family situation. It's hard to get ahead,
No,
man.
yeah, no, but the reason, so they did like a study on this. There's three major reasons. Number one, it's there's not enough houses. So back when our parents and like not our parents, but our grandparents, the boomers, the baby boomers,
Uh-huh.
that would be our grandparents, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
depending on how old your parents and
Well, yeah,
depending.
but for majority of us, it's our
Yeah.
parents. Let's just
Yeah.
so the baby boomers when they were like getting out of college age and everything, they had like a great economy and stuff. So like for them, it's like they got like a great economy because they didn't have to deal with the Great Depression. Well, they got out of the like their parents got out of the Great Depression and gave them like a great economy. Um, but one of the main reasons there's not enough like housing and why housing is so expensive is because there's not enough houses. They're not making it more starter houses. You know what I mean? Like um, like my neighborhood, Wissinoming. It
Uh-huh.
shouldn't like I saw a house in this neighborhood for almost 300K. That should not
It
be a
should
thing in
not.
this neighborhood.
Yeah.
No
Like
way.
even 10 years ago, my cousins bought a property in Roxborough and it's now like increased in value tremendously.
Yeah, my parents bought a house and my parents bought a house and they bought it for half the price of an average house, and they're in a nice neighborhood. And now it's probably the price of a no, like a it's
Yeah.
probably more than an average house now, which
Yeah,
is
it
insane.
fucking
So,
blows.
but basically, what I'm saying is like one of the major reasons is there's not enough new housing being built, and it's because of like laws and stuff that were enacted by the
Yeah.
boomers. I
Dude,
don't know if it
it's
was actually boomers,
Pennsylvania,
but
I believe, is notorious for um like stifling like oh you need so much permits to like piss on the ground. You need permits
yeah.
and you need
So
to go to council meetings and then in the council meetings they have to have like three different hearings to approve this thing and even then they could still just reject it because fuck you and then like you've spent time and money now just to not even have it happen and then there's the actual act of building it and then tariffing the costs of materials. I get how it all happens, and I just hate
yeah.
that it does. And then at the same time, kind of like the same thing with cars right now. There is
Oh
no
yeah.
reason why buying a car, like I'm in it, and I knew the mistake, not the mistake, but I knew the position I was going to get myself in when I got my car. But like, there is just no reason for a car that has 100,000 miles to be like it doesn't matter what year or like whatever the fuck. 100,000 miles is a very used car. There's no reason for it to be like 10, 12, 13K. The shit might
Yeah.
explode in another 30,000 miles. Like what?
So
But it's like the same thing where it's like so overregulated. So that's why I like Trump recently
yeah.
was like, yeah, man, we're gonna try and ease this up by like limiting. We're gonna bring down certain requirements for fuel mileage because that was like the whole thing. Like 2020, they were like, we want 55 gallons, miles to the gallon or whatever. That's gonna make shit really expensive for a car for like the car to be built. And it's kind of like the same process for housing. It's like costs and regulations and all this shit, which again,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the SEPTA
But
thing. Like I don't know the exact details of what they're asking for. I don't know the exact regulations and permits of housing. Like there is a purpose for it, but I don't know, man. We gotta start rolling some of this shit back and like not safety standards, like still have safety standards and all that shit, but I just there's got to be some way. Like cars again. The only reason why the SUV became so popular is one, Americans just love bigger cars and bigger roads equal bigger cars and all that yada yada. SUVs classify as quote unquote utility vehicles, so they are under different um safety and like other restrictions than a regular sedan. So that's why you kind of saw the four-door sedan kind of like disappear. But there's like each brand has like 4 or 5 different SUVs, and it's like for no reason. Like we just made SUVs because the restrictions on them were easier. It's like okay, cool. Fuck me, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. And then so the one reason was because it's on like new houses. I think the other reason was a lot of like the old timers like who own houses who should be moving out. They're not selling their houses; they're staying. And then when they do sell their houses, they're selling it for like way over price.
Yeah.
So like, let's say a person selling their house for 300K, like to a regular. A company like Blackstone. Now I'm not saying they're not like a
BlackRock.
company like BlackRock. Sorry, BlackRock will come in and be like, "We'll give you 450K for your house." I can't blame them for taking that offer. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense for them to take that offer and then give it to somebody else. So they probably have to regulate. They probably just have to regulate who can buy houses. I think the other issue is that we in the country they treat housing like it's a business when it's a necessity. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be a business. A housing should not be business. Like everyone should have the right to have a house or shelter at least. And I feel like it's just treated like a business. Like even like apartments, like builders and like these companies would rather build a luxury apartments. Like that's why Fish Town's like that. Like they're just building luxury apartments out there. You go there, you want to rent an apartment, you're gonna need 5 other roommates
3K.
to yeah.
That's the other
So
thing
like
too.
it's
They're building apartments, but they're all luxury apartments. And so it
yeah,
just raises the rent for the entire local area because well, if this shit's now 3K, the other shit has to go up because these things are filled because they will inevitably be filled. It's and it
yeah,
especially when it's like that where you start to get into certain aspects of business where it's like there's an incentive to always try and squeeze as much money out as you can. And and then anything you try like inflation. Like even if inflation goes down, the price will probably still go up because now people are going to want to buy it. And they're going to be like, "Well, okay, now that prices are cheaper, we can raise prices because the demand is higher." And then if there's more inflation, the price has to go up because of inflation and less people are buying it. So it's like it's just like no matter I know that's technically wrong what I just said. But you know what I mean? Like even if you move one way or the other, it just ends up with the product going up in price no matter what you do. And you were just in like a spiral in every single aspect of economics. Food,
yeah,
cars, houses, fucking entertainment. Um the fucking average video game now is going to be $80. Like what?
yeah.
It's
All right.
just you know, big rant. We need
That's
to
that was my
spin something positive. I don't want to be all negative, Nancy.
yeah, that was my rant for today. Just,
We all gotta
housing.
unload one, you know.
Yeah,
What's
just housing.
what's the last thing you gooned to?
Um, your mom.
Hmm, that's really funny
Actually, I didn't.
because I was gooning to your mom.
Actually, no, you weren't,
Why?
and I can prove it.
Why?
I've been watching you with video cameras in your house, and the last thing you gooned to, sir, was pictures of. Never mind. I don't want to incriminate you, buddy.
Thank you, and I will stop pausing time and farting on your face.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
By the
All right, was
way,
that is that
Chiefs
is that it
are
for the week?
losing.
Oh, let's go.
They might be
Dude, what happened
washed.
to Chief? It's Andy Reid, bro. This happens. Once his
Yeah.
he doesn't he does this where like he won't invest in certain parts of the offense, and then when the offense starts stinking, he'll be like, "Oh, I don't know what happened." Like it happened in Philly, and like people will say I wasn't around for when Andy Reid's Eagles teams were great. Like I wasn't in America. I
Uh-huh.
came when they were like mid to bad or like okay.
Hmm.
So like my Eagles fandom, like I didn't really like Andy Reid, and I really don't like him when he beat us in the Super Bowl. So my Eagles fandom is tied to like Doug, not Doug Peterson, because I love the Eagles back in like the late 2000s. But I never really liked Andy Reid like that much because I wasn't here for like the earlier parts. I was here for like the tail end of his Eagles career. I hated Chip Kelly, loved
Chip
Doug
Kelly
Peterson.
days.
Yeah, loved Doug Peterson for like the first 3 years, and then he just ruined the offense. Wasn't his fault, but it was at the same time because he wasn't making adjustments to the coaching staff when there was needed. At the same time, the players kept getting hurt, but it is what it is.
We just had. Not to
I
cut you off. We just had a phantom face mask call. I don't know if you're watching the game live, but
No,
the
I'm not
dude was
watching. I
about
haven't
to.
watched football. I've been watching this South Korean
Huh?
romantic comedy show on Amazon Prime because yeah,
With subs? Are you watching it with subs or is it
yeah,
dubbed?
with subs. I'm not watching it dubbed. That looks. I hate stuff
Ugh.
dubbed.
Ugh. Gross.
Um, but yeah, I mean, when I don't know about Nick Sirianni to be honest with you because I do feel like our team's talent sometimes bails out his bad coaching.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe like he is a great coach. Like he's one of those guys who's like, is he great or is he like dog shit? Like we don't know.
Put him on a shitty team and see what happens.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like put him on like the Browns. Are the
What
Browns going to the
if?
Super Bowl?
What if? I
Yeah.
don't think you could put God as the coach right now, and I don't think anything
So
changes.
my issue with the Browns, and it's the issue with a lot of these bad teams that have just been bad for like a while. It's the owners. The owners are terrible.
Yeah.
Jimmy Haslam is terrible. Jimmy Haslam's not even a Browns fan. He's a Steelers fan. So I don't
They
know
just
why he owns the
don't
Browns.
care.
He doesn't care. Woody Johnson kind of cares, but he also thinks he knows more than people who actually played and watched the game of football. So he's the Jets owner, and the Jets have been bad forever to me. Like I've never seen them have a good year,
They
except
still
when
have
Rex Ryan.
fans, you know. They
Yeah,
still thug it
dude,
out.
They have Dial. My boss is a Jets fan because he's from
Really?
New York. Yeah, and he's just like, yeah, like we had great years, but whatever.
40 years ago.
Um, yeah, but yeah, like he has a strong fan base, but like yeah, like he's a bad owner. Low key, I do sometimes think the Jaguars owner is kind of bad. We know who that is. Your favorite owner of uh I do sometimes think he's a bad owner, but he's also in a market that's not very popular for players to go. So I can't give him that much grief about it.
Is it really though?
Uh,
I mean, like I know the teams themselves, like Florida isn't Florida like tax free?
yeah, it is tax free, but you're living. What's in Jacksonville? Tell me something nice in Jacksonville right now.
I mean, isn't it super? I don't know about the state of Florida. Isn't that close to Orlando? Like, can't you go to Disney World?
I have no clue. I don't know. I don't
Let
know.
me let
But I
me
mean,
Google.
um, but yeah, I do think he's a bad owner because I don't know, he trusted a GM who was not that great and it ruined his team
Yeah.
for a while. Another owner that I think is bad is the Saints owner. She kind of sucks. Um,
Why would you say that about a woman?
'Cause she fucking sucks. Um,
Oh, okay,
the
fresh and fit.
Lions before they got good, their owner was really bad, and then she like transferred her power over, like her ownership power, to her daughter. And once her daughter got the power, the team got good because she was like, "All right, you guys know football. You do what you got to do. I'll just watch the games."
That's why I don't think
Um,
the Cowboys will ever be good until Jerry's gone because he just won't.
I don't know.
It's Jerry's
I will.
world, man.
I will say, like, I mean, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. It's fuck Cowboys, but he does try to improve the team. Like he did try to improve the team. It's just not his fault that like I don't know. Like the Cowboys won 3 Super Bowls under him. back then there was no salary cap. Now he has to deal with the salary cap. I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why the dynasty's not good. Also, like he does make like bad trades and stuff sometimes, and he doesn't sign the players when he has to sign them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the game's played on the field, man. Like sometimes you guys got to be like Dak Prescott. It's been 10 years, man. People say you're a top five quarterback. I sometimes do agree with them, but I don't tell anybody because I do think Dak's a good quarterback. I just when the lights are the brightest, he shies away. He's that
Lights are
guy.
too bright. Lights are too bright.
The lights are too bright for him. So to me, he's that guy.
No way they
So
gave him a first down. That's crazy.
um, but yeah, I do think a lot of the bad football teams, even bad sports franchises and like all leagues, it's always the owners. Like it's never like yeah, sometimes there's just owner like with the Eagles, um Jeffrey like there was remember when the Eagles were like bad in 2020, like
Uh-huh.
really bad,
Travis
and there was
Fulgham
like
and them.
yeah, and they were like trying to get Howie fired, and
Yeah.
like most owners would have done it, but our owner was like, no, let it ride out. He basically gave Howie the chance to fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he did. I mean, a lot of the times in the draft, you have to get lucky with picks. Like just because you pick a player and he's considered a generational talent doesn't mean he'll become a generational talent. You know what I mean? Like he has to do it himself as well. But
Yeah. I mean, I know basketball is different than football, but statistically, like the first, 10 picks of every NFL draft has like a 20% chance of being an
a
every
Pro Bowler
game
somewhere,
starter
yeah.
for a
And
team.
like
Like that's a crazy thing. Like and there's two rounds of a
yeah,
draft, you know.
there's seven.
Is there for the NBA?
You said NFL.
I meant to say the NBA. In the
Oh,
NBA,
okay.
the first 10 picks, there's like a very small, like 25 or 30% of the first 10 picks to be a full-time starter every day after
Yeah.
like 2 or 3
So
years. Like that's just
I
such a
like
crazy thing.
sometimes I think you just gotta get like look at the Chiefs. They drafted a generational quarterback
Yeah.
and like and they got lucky. Like the Eagles got lucky with a lot of their picks. Like I'm not saying like the coaching staff didn't develop them. I'm just saying like there was luck involved. Like so yeah, that's my tangent about sports. Jimmy, I gotta get off, buddy.
He's got a goon
I
to
have
my
to
mom. Yeah, I know.
no,
I
I
know
have
you.
to I have to let the Browns out.
In the dog or you?
Me.
All right. Well, give the goodbye to the people before you gotta make your chocolate squirties.
Well, everyone, it's been a pleasure. Please, companies out there that want to sponsor the please sponsor us. Um, uh, HelloFresh, if you want to sponsor us for your mealtime planning, I'll lie and say, hey, I'm such a busy guy with the podcast and work that when I get home, I have no time to make dinner, so I just take out my HelloFresh packet. No one does that, right? No one does that. It's a scam. But if you want to sponsor us, go ahead. I'll lie for you.
Uh huh. Uh huh. I'm sure
So
when they hear that, they're gonna definitely want to then advertise with us now. That's great.
hey, at least I'm honest.
True. I can't wait to finally get that Raycon earbud ad plugged in. Love that.
Oh, dude,
Anyway,
you know what else we need the ads for dude, hymns. We need hymns. We need the hymn sponsorship so I can use it. I will actually use it.
Harrison Butker just doinked it. I will say, yeah, any Dollar Shave Club. Remember when Dollar Shave Club used to advertise
Oh,
on every single
yeah.
podcast?
Yes.
I'd
We
do
need
that
that.
shit.
We need
I
that.
need that shit.
What else? What is something else? But
Manscaped, I do
yeah,
that.
yeah, I do that. If you
Would
guys want
we?
us to sponsor
What about like
and talk,
betting apps? Are we gonna do gambling ads? Are we gonna advertise gambling to our members?
yeah, if they pay us.
All right, that's good. Remember that one time
Yeah.
I sent the email, or I showed you guys the email of like that random online casino that wanted to like advertise with me, even though I was only getting like 100 views a video.
Dude, if we get that, we're doing that. Imagine. I think I'm joking. I'm dead serious.
I don't know. It was just like I didn't expect because like when you make a YouTube account, you have like a quote unquote business email. Like I just put in like a random email. So like yeah, if they do want to contact you, they just send you an email. But I've never been involved in anything like that, so I didn't know what to expect. And it just I don't know. It just looked fake to me. But I guess it could have been real.
Hey man, if we get another email, you already
Yeah,
know
I
we're
guess.
we're
But it
we're
was literally
taking
just like, hey,
responsibility.
here's this thing that you've never heard of before. Here's our website, which kind of looks a little suspect to begin with. Yeah, and I mean they didn't even I didn't even like initiate any contact with them, but I didn't discuss price or anything. I just feel like it was a fucking scam.
All
But
right, well, that's it for the yap, guys. Please subscribe. Please
yes,
tell your friends.
please sub to the YouTube channel, the Real Pod Network, and we are on Spotify as our own show, the Yap Podcast, or you can watch any of the other associated shows, such as the Real Graps Podcast, which we might never ever do again. So that's fun. Or the Cinema Symposium for movies. You like movies? You want us to talk about movies? We'll do that. Do that, or I will find you. Leave a comment. What's your favorite color and how big is your wiener? Thank you and good night.
Bye bye.